If you've ever wanted a dose of bold, quirky, and, let's admit it, sometimes downright interesting home decor, the 1980s were it. Every element had personality, from functional innovations to daring aesthetic choices. So let's revisit some of the most memorable items that define the decade's interior style. Number 1. Automatic garage door openers, the ultimate push-of-a-button miracle. Forget lifting heavy garage doors by hand. In the 80s, convenience was king, and automatic garage doors became a must-have. These devices offered something new. With the click of a button, you could open or close the garage door from your car, which meant no more fumbling with keys in the rain or battling with a frozen door latch. Automatic openers symbolized a real taste of modern life and an upgrade in security as well. Over time, garage remotes became more compact, and the growing popularity of wireless technology meant even kids loved pressing the button from inside the house, giving them a slice of the futuristic lifestyle. 2. Sewing machines, the crafty cornerstone of DIY fashion. Sewing machines weren't just for older generations. In the 80s, they became a staple in almost every household. This was a time when handmade clothing and DIY home accessories flourished, and having a sewing machine meant you could experiment with all sorts of designs. Parents mended clothes, crafted curtains, and sewed personalized outfits, which often brought families together in creative projects. As store-bought, ready-to-wear fashion took over, sewing machines saw less use, but for those who held on to them, these machines became treasured family artifacts. They held stories, perhaps the most DIY value of any item in the house. Number 3. Cane wood and chrome chairs, the dining room's sturdy, or not-so-sturdy, staple. Dining in the 80s often involved the stylish and sometimes splinter-prone cane wood and chrome chair. These chairs, often sold by companies like the Brewer Chair Company, mixed organic materials with sleek chrome accents, creating a unique look that was equal parts modern and earthy. The metal gave them that chic, urban vibe, while the cane wood had a homey, natural touch. Over time, the cane often frayed, leading to some uncomfortable sitting experiences, but they remained a favorite in dining spaces. Every dinner around these chairs felt like a gathering straight out of an 80s family sitcom. 4. Popcorn ceilings, beauty and bumps and sparkles. Popcorn ceilings weren't just about aesthetics, they were practical too. In a time when drywall wasn't always perfectly smooth, this textured style covered imperfections and gave homes a cozy, slightly rustic feel. And yes, some homeowners took it a step further by adding glitter, giving their ceilings a starry night look that was all about personal flair. The ceiling texture had another benefit. It helped with soundproofing, making family movie nights or dinner conversations cozier. Sure, many people remodel these ceilings today, but for those who remember them, they're a warm reminder of childhood movie marathons and family gatherings. Number 5. Console televisions, the family's living room showpiece. In the 80s, TVs weren't just screens, they were pieces of furniture. Console televisions, often the size of a small cabinet, dominated living rooms and were placed as centerpieces. The console was about more than just TV. It often doubled as a shelf for framed family photos, potted plants, or even holiday decorations. Cable television exploded in this era, so families had more options to watch, and the remote control became a household treasure that was almost always misplaced. Smaller portable TVs found their way into kids' rooms, marking a shift toward personal screen time and transforming the TV into the unofficial family bonding device. Number 6. Electric typewriters, a bridge between old and new electric typewriters, were an exciting leap forward for anyone who hated the resistance of manual keys. Smooth, efficient, and even somewhat quiet, these machines gave writers and students a new way to create without fatigue. They offered ease in editing compared to their manual counterparts, and many people used them to type out school reports, letters, or personal projects. As computers grew in popularity, typewriters became relics of a pre-digital age. But for a brief moment, they were an exciting glimpse into the high-tech future of word processing. They left a legacy as that one item every young student or aspiring novelist adored. 7. Colorful wallpaper. Every wall a masterpiece. If any decade could pull off vibrant wallpaper, it was the 80s. Walls were canvases waiting to burst with color, pattern, and personality, with bold geometrics, florals, and quirky prints ruling the day. The goal? Total transformation. Rooms weren't just rooms, they were statements, often matching with carpets and furniture in a kaleidoscope of hues. Whether covering a single wall or a whole room, the wallpaper reflected the freedom of self-expression so typical of the 80s. For many families, changing the wallpaper every few years was a way to keep the homes look fresh and in style, always updated with the latest trends. Number 8. Recipe boxes, the kitchen's treasure trove. Before online recipe databases and apps, recipe boxes were where all family culinary secrets were kept. These small, often decorative boxes held handwritten recipe cards, each stained and dog-eared from years of use. Every family had a unique collection of meals for holidays and family gatherings. Sorting through a recipe box was like opening a memory vault, where each card hinted at past celebrations, experiments, or even the occasional kitchen disaster. They embodied family heritage, with each stained card offering a connection to meals that were cooked and shared for generations. 9. Wall-mounted phones, the family hotline. Long cords and wall mounts turned these phones into the iconic hub of home communication. The best place for one? Right in the kitchen, where everyone could take turns catching up with friends or chatting with distant relatives. Privacy? Not so much. These phones were usually shared, which sometimes meant stretching the cord into the next room for just a sliver of privacy. For teens, wall-mounted phones were the place to socialize, and novelty phones shaped like sports cars or favorite cartoon characters became coveted gifts. The wall phone truly marked the era before mobile devices gave everyone their own line. Number 10. Answering machines, the original voicemail. Answering machines were huge in the 80s, letting families track missed calls in a way that felt oddly futuristic. The little blinking light was often a source of excitement. It meant a friend called, a party invite, or just someone checking in. Many of these machines ran on cassette tapes, and some people became practically obsessed with recording the perfect outgoing message. Answering machines became a reflection of personal style, whether the message was serious, humorous, or even mysterious. For families, they added a new layer of independence and control over their calls. 11. Floor-to-ceiling mirrors, reflections of glamour. Nothing said open space like floor-to-ceiling mirrors. Common in living rooms, bedrooms, and even entryways, these mirrors made small spaces feel big and bright. They were often featured in TV shows and movies, which only made them more popular. Yes, they required constant cleaning to avoid fingerprints, but they had an undeniable glam factor. Floor-to-ceiling mirrors captured a very 80s desire for elegance and luxury, making any space feel a bit like a high-end magazine cover. 12. Encyclopedias, the original Google for kids. Before Google, encyclopedia sets were the ultimate resource. Parents invested in these hefty books, believing they'd give their kids a head start on school projects and general knowledge. However, encyclopedias often grew outdated quickly, leaving families with a time capsule of 80s-era knowledge on the shelves. They were often prominently displayed as a symbol of a commitment to learning, a valuable investment in family education, and a physical reminder of the value placed on knowledge and self-improvement. Number 13. Electric air poppers, the essential movie night companion. As movie nights became a family staple, the electric air popper was the ideal snack tool, giving fresh popcorn without the hassle or frequent burning of microwave bags. Parents could control salt and butter, making the experience feel almost gourmet, and the anticipation of kernels popping was almost as exciting as the movie itself. The air popper became a treasured appliance, a key player in countless Friday night memories, and a symbol of simple, family-centered fun. So there you have it, a walk through the unforgettable, sometimes unusual, but always nostalgic home staples of the 1980s. Every item carried a piece of the era's character, making them memorable not only for their function, but for the warm, shared memories they helped create. Let us know in the community what videos you would like to see next, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't, and leave a comment.